ever produced. Dr. John Walborg of Dallas Theological Seminary had this to say concerning the subject of the Antichrist. An almost unlimited number of identifications of the Antichrist to specific historical characters can be found. Among the more prominent are Muhammad, the founder of the Muslim faith, Caligula, a Roman emperor who claimed to be God, and Nero, a popular candidate for the title because of his burning of Rome and persecution of the Jews and Christians. To these can be added almost every prominent ruler of the past, including more modern characters such as Napoleon and Mussolini. In all these historical identifications, there is little more than evidence of being anti-Christian, but the variety of claims leaves the concept of the Antichrist in considerable confusion. All right. Let me read a passage before we start here. You can see this coat of arms in color. The passage is this. It's from Revelation chapter 13. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. We have all heard, as Christians, if we've been in the faith for any period of time, that the number 666 is associated with the beast or the coming Antichrist. We've also heard that there have been many people down through the centuries whose names have calculated to 666, and who therefore were supposed candidates to be the Antichrist. What I'm here to say tonight, and what I show in the Antichrist and the Cup of Tea, is that those claims were false. Obviously, none of those people have proven to be the Antichrist so far. This book, however, is fundamentally different. Notice that it says, let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. In other words, the beast, that imagery, that strange imagery, the beast with feet like a bear, body like a leopard, mouth like the mouth of a lion, to whom the red dragon of Revelation 12 gives his power, his throne, and great authority, is the required context scripturally for even attempting to perform the name calculation. If that imagery is not present for the individual in question, that person cannot be the Antichrist. You may as well not even try to do the name calculation, because even if somehow you make it work out to 666, you will fail. That person will not be the Antichrist. Notice on this coat of arms, which happens to be the coat of arms of Prince Charles of Wales, that in the place of the normal line of England that we would see on a British royal coat of arms, you have a beast with exaggerated feet like the feet of a bear, body with proportions like the body of a leopard, and the mouth of a lion. Notice as well that in the lower right-hand compartment there is a red dragon, and above that a unicorn that has human eyes. In Daniel chapter 7 in the Old Testament, the Antichrist is referred to as the little horn with the eyes of a man. And I say the eyes of a man because you'll notice that it has a visible eye white, that the eye socket is not round, and that the eye is not one solid color. I'm going to show you Queen Elizabeth II's coat of arms, the achievement, heraldic achievement of Prince Charles' mother. Notice that on her coat of arms, she has a normal lion, not this beast with exaggerated feet or the body of a leopard or the mouth of a lion. This is an actual lion. Additionally, there is no red dragon, and the unicorn has an eye that is round, solid, not a human eye. And I'm going to show that in a blown-up version in a moment to clarify that, because this image is somewhat difficult to see. Again, here is the beast on the left-hand side, or dexter side in the heraldry of Prince Charles' coat of arms, exaggerated feet like the feet of a bear, body like the body of a leopard, mouth like the mouth of a lion. On the other hand, here again is the beast on Queen Elizabeth II's coat of arms, a normal-looking lion in every respect. Okay, this is an unofficial version of Prince Charles' coat of arms. Going to be talking about the chain down here and the red dragon a little bit more later, but what I want you to notice is the eye on the unicorn at the moment on this coat of arms. It has, again, from the side perspective, the profile of a human eye from the side of the face. Okay, here is the official version of Prince Charles' coat of arms on the top, the unicorn with a human eye. And the unofficial version, again, from the side of the face, it has the same profile as a human eye. Here's a blow-up of the eye of the unicorn on Queen Elizabeth II's coat of arms. It's round, it's solid, no visible eye white, not a human eye socket. Now, what we have just seen is that Prince Charles of Wales in his personal coat of arms bears the imagery that is prophesied in the book of Daniel, as well as in Revelation chapter 13. He has this beast described in Revelation 13. He has the red dragon described in Revelation 12 and 13. The red dragon gives this beast his seat, great authority and power. And then you have the little horn of the eyes of man. And in Daniel 7, that little horn of the eyes of man is said to have a body, and he is slain, ultimately, by Christ in context at his return. In other words, he is a unicorn with human eyes. The presence of this imagery should suggest to us that we ought to attempt to perform the name calculation. Again, it says, "Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard, his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. But there is another component to this imagery that I want to show you before we do the name calculation. This is Prince Charles' investiture in July of 1969. Notice that Queen Elizabeth II is placing the coronet on the prince's head. This was the most widely viewed event in the history of the world at the time. The estimated television audience was 500 million plus. It took place on the same day that the United States first landed a man on the moon. Again, here is Queen Elizabeth II placing the coronet on the prince's head as he kneels before her. But notice that over here the prince is facing the backrest of the Queen's throne through her. This throne was at the very center of Caernarvon Castle in Wales when the prince was invested, and the prince was facing a dragon on the Queen's throne. Here's a blow-up of the Queen's throne. This is the Dragon of Wales, the same dragon on the prince's coat of arms. And behind this dragon, behind the backrest, on the castle walls off over here, were three huge red dragon banners that the prince was facing. Likewise, to the opposite side, over here on the castle walls, were more red dragon banners. The prince faced those dragons as he entered the castle for his investiture, and he faced those dragons as he faced this dragon when the coronet was placed on his head. Therefore, it is literally true of Prince Charles that the red dragon, who is called Satan, and the serpent who deceived Eve in Revelation 12, gave the prince his seat, throne, power, great authority. This is the badge of Wales. Notice that in the center of it is the red dragon. In color, this red dragon is imposed over a green and white field, just as the Welsh flag is portrayed today, with a red dragon over a green and white field. The motto on this badge, when translated into English, means the red dragon gives the lead. In other words, the red dragon gives the lead to Prince Charles. Here is a blow-up of both the official and unofficial versions of the red dragon on Prince Charles' coat of arms. Some interesting things to notice here. In the official version, this chain is bound. And this chain, by the way, in heraldry is called a restrainer. That's what it actually is called. The red dragon in the official version is not touching the rim of this compartment in the lower right-hand area of the coat of arms. And the hoof, the goat's hoof of the unicorn, is grounded. It's not lifted up in the official coat of arms. In this unofficial version, which was reproduced on a biography written by Anthony Holden on the back cover, so it's the most prominent unofficial version of the prince's coat of arms, the chain is loosed. It is not bound any longer. The unicorn is lifting its hoof, and the red dragon is touching the rim of this compartment. The placement of all the limbs of these beasts in heraldry is intentional.